May 2007. I read 5 books, and we're going to jump right in. First book that I read in May of 2007 is The Hidden by Sarah Pinborough. This is leisure books. After reading Breeding Ground, I went back to find her other stuff, and I believe this is her first book from leisure. I'm just going to read the back cover copy. Rachel Wright woke up in the hospital one morning with no memory of who she was or how she got there. It took a while, but once she got over the shock, she decided amnesia wasn't all bad. Piecing together her past, Rachel grasped this opportunity for a fresh start. What did she care if everyone she used to know thought she'd changed a bit too much? Life was good for the new Rachel. But now her life is starting to fray at the edges. She's been having hideous nightmares and seeing strange things in mirrors. She's becoming more and more certain that something bad is coming, something terrible. Something wants to break into this world to play games of blood and death with the living. And it's coming for Rachel. There you go. Really enjoyed this. I'm just a huge fan of Sarah Pinborough's writing, and super happy with basically all of her leisure books, as you will see in the coming videos. Yeah, very cool stuff in The Hidden by Sarah Pinborough. That's the only one I have to show you. I'm very upset about one of these in particular not having it. But anyway, let's move on. The next book is Atmosphere by Michael Lamo. And in this, our main character is a cop named Frank Bellaro. And he's close to retiring, but one evening, I believe, some point in the day, he sees a trail of blood outside his apartment that leads into an alley. There are 2 mutilated bodies, but they're still alive. One of them is holding a weird device and says, "Atmosphere." So Frank is going to try to figure out what the hell is going on. And I'm not going to tell you, because Michael Lamo writes some good stuff. And I recommend this book if you can find it. Actually, it's on Amazon. There's new editions of it. But a horror mystery. What's going on? Atmosphere by Michael Lamo. Then we have The Dawning by Hugh B. Cave. And this is a future. I don't believe it's a far-flung future, but it's a future where pretty much humans have messed up the world terribly. Pollution and all the other stuff. And so a group of people have decided to try to get to the mountains way up in Canada and try to start a new, fresh life. But it seems like maybe nature is pissed off about the way people have treated the earth and isn't going to let things be easy for these folks. My kind of book. I love when nature is pissed off. It's right up there with killer animals and stuff. Sometimes it's not just killer animals in nature. It's plants and things too. So The Dawning by Hugh B. Cave. Then we have a book. I don't know why I don't have it. And I'm upset that I don't have it. But it's Shelter by L.H. Maynard and M.P.N. Sims, also known as Maynard Sims. Some of their books have both their names fully, and some make it sound like it's one person, Maynard Sims. But anyway, in Shelter, our main character is Laura Craig. A young woman moves into an old house. She's going to renovate it. But wouldn't you know it, there's evil in the basement or attic. One of those places. And it gets released, and it's hungry and deadly, and things aren't going to go well. Big fan of Maynard and Sims. I do have a couple of their leisure books on my shelf. For some reason, this isn't one of them. I have a bunch of other books up on that shelf that are trade paperback size. The leisures are mass market size, so they're with a bunch of other leisure stuff. Great authors, great book. And that was the penultimate book. I can't believe I forgot to say that was the penultimate book for May of 2007. And the last book for May of 2007 is Ferocity by Stephen Laws. Our main character is Kathleen. She's a novelist. She moves to Northumberland, I believe it is. She suffered a tragedy. Her husband was murdered in New York City when they were there celebrating one of her books being turned into a movie. So now she's on her own. She's in Northumberland, and there are livestock and animals being slaughtered. People are saying it's big cats. Big cats. Some people say that's bullshit. And Kathleen and her neighbor are gonna get involved somehow with figuring out what's going on. Are they big cats? What's happening? So, killer animals. You know I'm into it. So that's everything I read in May of 2007. Very quick, and I believe, now don't necessarily take my word for it. I could be wrong about this. This was a long time ago. I believe these are all leisure books. Pretty sure. I know The Hidden is, because I just showed it to you. I'm 99% certain Shelter is. I know that The Dawning was. Atmosphere and Ferocity are the only two. I'm not 100% sure if they were leisure books, but I mean, you can see my leisure phase. And I just happened to glance down, and next month there's going to be a new publisher that I may or may not have mentioned before, but I started picking up stuff from this other publisher as well. Anyway, there you go. And my question for the month, or for the video is, do you have a favorite publisher, or a publisher that you're very close to buying everything they put out? I'm not exactly sure how to phrase things. But for me, back in the day, it was leisure. Not everything they put out, but Leisure Horror. They put out 2 books a month, and I was 99% guaranteed to buy whatever 2 books came out. There were a couple authors I'm not a huge fan of, and so I'd usually skip their stuff. But man, I was always excited when the new leisure books came out. And now it's Tor Nightfire. Again, it's not 100% because there's at least one author I'm not a fan of. But pretty much anything else that they put out, I'm going to pick it up. I'm looking, I have a huge stack. The second biggest stack of books that I have in this room is all Tor Nightfire. And that's not even all of the Tor Nightfire. Some of them are in a different spot because I've already read them. But yes, loved Leisure back in the day. Love Tor Nightfire now. And then I'm also a huge fan of like Ghoulish, but I can't afford to buy everything they put out. Deadite Press, can't afford everything they put out. Grindhouse Press, so many great small presses. Aconite Books used to be better. They've dropped a lot of the IPs that they were doing. They stopped doing Marvel stuff, which is very disappointing. They're still doing Arkham Horror stuff, which I'm happy about. But yes, obviously, I love certain authors. Lots and lots of authors. Pick up everything I can from them. But there are a few publishers that I'm keeping my eye on. I'm always double checking what's coming out from Tor Nightfire and trying to keep up with it. I think there's at least one that has come out that I haven't picked up yet. The most recent one. It's possibly 2 by now. But what about you? Are there any publishers that you keep your eyes on, that you watch? Oh, Titan is another good one. They're probably putting out tons of stuff that I'm not even aware of. But they've been publishing Ronald Malfi. They've been publishing new Conan books. They publish tons of Aliens stuff. And again, probably some other authors other Titan books that I have that I'm just not thinking of at the moment. But again, what about you? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, I'll have links for my Instagram and Bluesky in the description below. That's all I have for you this week, so until next week, read more books.